Good morning, Infinity. Good morning, everybody. I was in here. It's such a wonderful morning, so that y'all know, and give me a thumbs up in the box. Let me know you can hear us loud and clear because I am using a new microphone today that frees me up to do a little bit more of the yoga with you guys. So I was dancing back here. I was pop locking, dropping it. And so if y'all heard somebody say, I hope the camera ain't on, hey, it is what it is, right? Because we're all happy to be here. Good morning. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and I'm excited to be with you all here at the Infinity Fellowship. I'm excited to welcome you all in to this wonderful space, to be here in this space with us today for Yoga Sunday. Can you believe it? It's absolutely Yoga Sunday. We are here in this space today. So we're getting ready to get on these mats and to do what we do on Yoga Sunday, to absorb spiritual lessons, but also to absorb those spiritual lessons through the body. So as we absorb those spiritual lessons through the body, I want to say good welcome. Welcome to y'all. Thanks for the thumbs up. We love you guys. Say good morning. Check in. This is when we do our check-in period. So check in and let us know where you're checking in from. We say good morning to you. You check in and let us know where you're dialing in from. If you're in the home base here in Nashville, Tennessee, you have survived the storms of the night, and you are happy to be here. Let us know. Say good morning. Wherever you are, represent your home city. Time to represent your city in the comments, as we know you're moving around, clearing the space in your floor to practice with us today. If you're watching the replay, you're doing the same thing. So I want to say good morning. Welcome to Infinity Fellowship. You have squarely landed in the space that is known as the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. Infinity is a space of growth and love and affirmation. So we don't just tolerate you here at Infinity. You can dislike somebody and hold your nose and tolerate them. Here we want to affirm who you are, to embrace who you are. We're designed to help you magnify and amplify your spiritual life, and most importantly, your spiritual practice. Yoga Sunday is a part of spiritual practice. It's a part of saying, I am putting my body in this thing too, because my spirit is already here. When you put your spirit in alignment with your body and your mind, whoa, the amazing things that happen. I want to send a word of encouragement and gratitude to those who have just embraced Yoga Sunday on a whole new level. Our number of streams for Yoga Sunday has shot out of the roof since we started streaming. Our number of replays, our number of people who participate in Yoga Sunday from all over the world has just exploded. And to me, that says that this way of reconstructing the way we do spirituality on Sundays, this way of bringing in the physical health, as well as the mental health and the spiritual health, is aligning with people. So I want to congratulate you, especially those of you who joined us for the first time for Yoga Sunday and said, I ain't never done no yoga. I don't know anything about yoga, but I'm going to get on the mat and try it, and now have made it a part of their regular spiritual practice. You feel a lot better, don't you? I know you do. First and second Sundays, we have our normal service. On third Sundays, we have If Speaks. If you didn't watch the replay last week, oh my gosh, you're missing a treat. Check it out with Dr. Jerome Morris. And on fourth Sundays like today, we do Yoga Sunday. And in between, we put the work in the community. Great things to announce coming up, y'all. Great things. Course and conversations, new housing development projects that we're putting together, new community outreaches coming out of COVID-19. Just exciting things that we're doing as a spiritual community. We're going to continue to do them. We're going to continue to innovate. We're going to continue to lead. So as you're setting up and you're prepping at home, we want you to get yourself into the spiritual space of affirmation. And go ahead and just wherever you are, if you're in the kitchen right now filling up your water bottle, or if you're pulling something from the closet and getting a towel, whatever it might be, if you're getting a couple of books so that you can use them as blocks, whatever it might be, I invite you to pause in this moment, take a deep breath, allow your eyes to close, bow your head, And let's open infinity with the pouring of energy into realignment toward manifestation. All wise, all knowing God, we thank you for this moment today. We thank you for this powerful affirmation moment with Infinity Fellowship. We thank you for being with us and guiding us in this space today. We thank you for the love that we feel. We thank you for those who are gathering from all around the world, those who are gathering in their homes, those who are gathering at their office space, those who might be parked in a tent by the side of the campfire, wherever it is that we hear from. We speak a covering on all of them. We thank you for those who are broadcasting now, those who are watching the replay, those who are moving their bodies in a whole new way, doing what they can to connect, doing what they can to make sure that they put the primary importance on living this life fully. Thank you for those who have stepped up their spiritual practice today. Those who have stepped out of being defined by other people and stepped into being defined by you, because we all recognize that we are here on an absolute mission from you. We are here to make the change that we want to see in the world. We are here to walk in our gifts. We are here to embrace who we truly are authentically. And we are here to vibrate from a high space of love vibration. Why? Because we're made in your image. We're made from the same stuff. We are little bitty representations of the magnitude of you. And that is the most awesome thing we could ever hope for. So help us to shine today. Help us to stand taller this week. Help us to be more proud of where we came from and to operate from a place of good and not a place of bad. And because of this, we will continue to be lights in the world, and we will continue to send you the energy of praise and thanksgiving. We know that we call you so many different names because we just so different down here. But even in this space, you are perceived by many names, but we know you by one energy. And it is that energy that unites us in a powerful way, regardless of our shades, regardless of our backgrounds. That is the beauty of being humanity. And so we give thanks in this moment and speak that something is said or shared or breathed in a practice that reminds someone who may be feeling lost today that they are always and ever connected and protected by you. We speak these things of thanksgiving and gratitude. And for other things that we cannot put into words, we simply acknowledge your presence and say thank you. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Awesomeness. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. We take our check-in morning. Good morning from North Carolina. I'm scrolling up so I can see where we got Nashville in the house. We got North Carolina in the house. We got 2 North Carolinas in the house. We got the borough in the house, the Murfreesboro in the house, the TN. We got Rwanda in the house today. Come on back, Rwanda. We've been bragging on Rwanda all week, y'all. I mean, you've been talking to people, you're like, yeah, well, you connect with me. I say, hey, baby, Infinity Fellowship is international now. We got Rwanda in the house, Latvia in the house, London in the house, Belgium in the house. We got everybody. We got Philly, PA in the house, Milwaukee in the house. We got Georgia in the house. Oh, we got you in there. Rep your city. We got Rocky Mount, North Carolina in the house, too. We see y'all up in here, man. We love it. We got a whole network going. So wherever you are, we want to acknowledge our ancestors, your ancestors. So we invite you in this space right now to go ahead and think of the people in your family who have transitioned into the space of life after life, because the next part of our ceremony is to acknowledge those who have come before. And so by doing so, we pour the water of life, representing us, into the earth that represents what's going to happen to these earth suits. I'm giving you some news in case you haven't noticed the news before, or known the news, or acknowledged the news before, and that is that these bodies are not going to last. They're not permanent. They're temporary. What lasts is that spirit beyond us. So the pouring of libations is a very powerful ceremony because it represents the living connection to those which pass on and that divine circle that continues, that cycle that continues throughout eternity, infinitely, you might say. And so we acknowledge by pouring the water into the earth those who have gone before, whose shoulders we stand on. We stand on them proudly. We stand on them because we know that we get strength from them. When you walk in a room, when you go into a meeting, when you have to encounter somebody, when you acknowledge your ancestors, you are saying that the entire posse is coming with you. So you're never alone. Everybody else is outnumbered if they feel negative energy towards you. So posse up today. Type in the names of your ancestors into the box, and we'll go to the altar and pour that libation. We pour a libation today, a special water of libation out today to the energies of a couple of noted people who have passed in the last several days. Number one, Brother Douglas Turner Ward, 90 years old, Ashe, founder of the Negro Ensemble Company in New York. If you have not heard of the Negro Ensemble Company and the Black Arts movement that emerged from the Federal Theater Project in the 40s and the 30s, and the Black Arts movement that took place, if you've not heard names like Amiri Baraka, if you've not heard names like Maya Angelou, if you have not heard names like Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne, if you've not heard these names, Cecily Ty, you hear all of these names, right? But you don't know what connects them. That's the Negro Ensemble Company. Douglas Turner Ward, who said, you know what? We're going to make sure we have to have theater that is on par with Broadway. We have to have regional theater that is presenting people and sending people to Hollywood and beyond, but is telling black stories from a black perspective. So Sam Art Williams, you name all of the black playwrights from Lorraine Hansberry on, all of them integrated, and all of them, many of them were broken into the national scene by Douglas Turner Ward and the Negro Ensemble Company. So 90 years old, Baba, we send that energy to your spirit, and thank you for changing and advancing the culture that so many of us enjoy right now because of you. Ashe. We send energy up. I meant to do it last week, but I said, hey, I knew I forgot something. But his spirit wanted to be recognized today. For those of you who are in the hip-hop generation, I'm first generation hip-hop. Prince Marky D of the Fat Boys, who passed away and transitioned one day before his 53rd birthday. So young, and yet, what a legacy. So Prince Marky D, we appreciate everything that you did as an MC, as a producer, as someone who contributed the very foundational bricks of modern hip-hop culture. When we talk about everything that's American, hip-hop is in a uniquely American space with so much intersecting. And Prince Marky D, you're part of that. And we say thanks to your spirit for that. Ashe. We invite all of the ancestors whose names we're seeing in the box right now. Let our shrine top. Report to the ancestral spirits of the north, Ashe. To those ancestral spirits of the south, Ashe. To those of the west and the east, Ashe. And to those of the space of the upper and the lower, Ashe. To the space of the middle where our heart center exists, Ashe. We pour to the children in the womb, the world, and yet unborn, Ashe. And we recognize the names of those who are flowing in from all over the world, who are flowing out from the heart space of those who are gathered here. And we stand on your shoulders in recognition and in admiration as we pour on this altar, represented by the fire, the water, the air, and the earth. We recognize that we can do all things because we are truly covered and loved. Ashe, 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 oh. All of that said now, it is done. That spiritual practice energy is in the house. We are here, and we want to say good morning to you. I'm excited to be here today. We got Sister Kanitha, we got Sister Alicia practicing with us today in the place so that I don't have to be by myself. But we are absolutely excited about having everybody here. We want to say good morning to you. So as we say good morning to you, we're going to be singing in the background. But how we do this here at Infinity is we generate gratitude. Gratitude is as important a part of a spiritual practice as getting on the mat today. So I dare you, I challenge you, type one thing in the box that you are grateful for, one thing that you're grateful for, and we say good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. A da 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 da. A da 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 da. A da 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 da. Da 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 da. So as gratitude moments are coming in, as y'all are getting your space in order, as you're getting ready to lay out everything that you need for Yoga Sunday, getting your water bottles and everything, you might say, I'm grateful to have a space to do Yoga Sunday today. It may be as simple as that. But I am very grateful to be able to speak to you today. I was doing a voiceover project on Friday, and my voice completely disappeared with 13 scripts ahead of me. So I am grateful to be able to sip some tea, relax, and be able to present today and be in full voice. So I'm grateful for that full voice. You never know what you're grateful for until you don't have it. How about that? So I'm grateful for that. We got, I've got to read over here. Okay, we got Wendy, grateful for life. We love it. We got Alicia, grateful for health. Good to see you, Alicia. Good to have you. Okay, we've got Bonded for Life. I've got to get everybody's names in person when we get them, but we're so grateful for this day and my peaceful rest. I'm grateful for love and peace and new beginnings this day. Namaste. Namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you, and the same is there. Sita is grateful for being here with us. Thank you. We're grateful to have you, Sita. Rocky Mount, North Carolina is in the house. Sister Felina, grateful for waking up and seeing a clear path toward alignment. Oh, we love it. Angie, Sister Angie is grateful for peace, life, and rainy days. Oh, man, I'm grateful for all of it. So as y'all love on each other, we got time. We got thumb time now where we can thumb to each other before we get on these mats. And then when we get on the mats, it goes into silent mode. Then I get to know who's really doing yoga with us and who's not. We're like, oh, this move is hard. There is no Thunda Kanasana move in yoga, so that has not been invented yet. Somebody real young is probably going to invent that thumb yoga. They're going to create something in there. But we're grateful, Lab, for a conversation with a friend who showed me another way to think about a negative situation. Grateful, Angie, for peace, life, and rainy days. Of course, love your family. We love all of your energy. We love you, and we see you, and we feel you. Here at Infinity, we practice that gratitude, and you see and you read that when you connect with gratitude, gratitude connects with you. And so we want to connect that attitude of gratitude into the space of infinitude. Infinitude is defined as the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. And here at Infinity, we have a mix of faith traditions. So how do we pull people together, especially if you're a first timer? You're saying, how do you get people together across these religious lines? Well, we call it infinitude. And in Infinity, we define infinitude as infinity with an attitude. And people snap because that attitude is gratitude. So here at Infinity, we don't tell you how to define the God of your personal acceptance and understanding. That is a uniquely personal relationship. It is our job to affirm that relationship and to help you develop spiritual practices that produce fruit in your life. So whatever you call that energy here at Infinity, you'll hear me say, you'll hear all of us say, divine source, creator, God. We'll use universe. We'll say that. It's all connected to the same thing. But what we know is that you are the proof. You are the proof that you were made in the image and likeness of that energy. And it's an awesome image and likeness. So it's time for us to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together. And we call that infinitude. Infinitude is real simple. When you hear a snap, that snap is a reminder of the four spiritual principles of infinity. The S is for spirituality. Spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. The N is for nurturing. Nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A, of course, is for action, because we take action on our callings and we walk in our divine purpose every day. Finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We're grateful that you're all here in this space as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names and yet known by one energy. So pause with us and affirm with us our statement of infinitude. It appears on the screen. You can read it along as the Spirit leads you. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it, because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in on that one. Awesome. Exhale to release as we come back into the space. I want to welcome at this time our first-time visitors and say that if this is your first time at Yoga Sunday, it's awesome. If it's your first time at Infinity, period, go ahead and type first time in the box so that we can send you some love. This is the time that we can send each other all the love we want to send. It's the beginning of Yoga Sunday, and this is a part of the service. So the service itself is every single week having this ritual of love. If you are a first-time visitor, I want to welcome you into this space today on behalf of the Infinity Fellowship. We want to say that this is a space where we see the real you. We want to make sure you know that we see who, what, where, when, and why you are. If you're a first-time visitor, go ahead and type first-timer in the box, and then we can recognize you and people can shower you with love and affection. This may be your first time visiting, but we want you to know that you didn't show up today as a human being who came to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You're a spirit navigating the human experience like the rest of us. And so we like to say this welcome to you, and we hold up our hands in your direction. So if you're a first timer, receive it. If you're not a first timer, still receive it. If you got people practicing with you or here with you on Yoga Sunday, turn to them, say it to them, and you can say it out into the atmosphere. This is our visitor's welcome, and it's also our affirmation of who we are. Deep breath in, exhale to release. Repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know that you are not alone. I'm with you, and you're at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to grow, to learn, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. So welcome home. Welcome to infinity. Asheo. Starting to get it stretched out now. Welcome first-time visitors. Need to do about 25 jumping jacks right now. But before we do, we're going to take that energy into our giving, and we're going to take care of our giving because we handle our business in this space. Giving is a part of our sacred ritual. And as we get this sacred ritual going, we're going to make sure that we participate fully. And I know, and I ask your apologetics. Last Yoga Sunday, I inverted the offering. So I did the offering ritual after yoga, which meant that everybody was laid out in Shavasana. Everybody was so spiritual that some of us forgot the opportunity to give. So we want to make sure that we don't forget that this is a vital part of everything we do. So as you give, you can give via Cash App, $ Infinity Fellowship. You can give via PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. But we give from a space of abundance and feeling good. So it's great for us to give at this time, and then we can just sail on the rest of the yoga, the rest of the energy, and focus that. So before you get on the mat, go ahead and pull out your device that you use for giving, and let's say together the energy that supercharges the action part of our ritual. The action part is giving, because money is simply energy, and what you do with it determines where your heart lies. So our heart, family, lies with infinity. And that's why we continue to grow, and that's why we continue to change lives. So those who give, whether it's a tithe, 10% of what comes in, taking 10%, it's $1 out of 10, and giving, or offerings, whatever the Spirit moves you to give, which is something else, you can give that too. Do that at this time. Prepare for that at this time. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release. And let's say together our offering affirmation. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Ashe. Oh. So as we give, as we are in this space, we want to make sure that we say that everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. On the screen, we have the various ways you can give at this time. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Cash App, $ Infinity Fellowship. Snail Mail, Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive. And of course, PayPal. PayPal.me/Infinity Fellowship. Let's take that time, participate, and then we move forward. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. Everything is good. Every gig is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. Awesome. Oh, yeah. What an awesome time, y'all. So we get to absorb today. For those who are here and ready, we're ready to absorb. What we'll do is we've done the major parts of our ritual, and now we get to the meat of Yoga Sunday. So as we get ready for Yoga Sunday, now's the time to get ready to head to your mat. So roll out your mat wherever it may be, and get a couple of accoutrements if you need them. So wherever your mat is, you want to make sure that you have plenty of space around you, that you can put your arms out if you need to. If you need to, and if you can, grab a block. This can also be a book. You all know I've demonstrated with a book what you can do with a book, what you can do with a pillow, because there are times where you will be seated, and we want you to be seated in a space and to begin from a seated space. We will absorb today's meditation, and from today's meditation, we'll start our movement. We will be doing the infinity practice. So y'all remember the infinity practice, right? So I'll be following them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The mics aren't on. They said, and Shavasana, right? That's how we do it. Immediately, everybody just lays out. That's the infinity practice. No, that ain't the infinity practice. That is real. So we're going to absorb the meditation. So as you come to a seated position, get you a towel, get you a piece of tissue. You might want a snot rag just to blow your nose, because we're going to do some circular breathing. We start with circular breathing, and it's okay if your nose is running. That's where you're in the safety of your home. If you were here in this space, and when you get to be in this space, we're very much going to say to you then, you're only paying attention to you and your body. You're not thinking about anybody else. So if you're breathing and you're getting a runny nose and your sinus passages are opening up, if you're in a twist position and you pass gas or you belch, guess what? That is your body saying, thank you for waking me up. So I'm encouraging you to start seeing it that way. Don't see it as something negative or inappropriate. Just see it as your body coming alive. So come to a seated position, and let's take to today's meditation. And we will get it up on the screen for you. Today's meditation comes, you'll take it back a couple of slides. Good. It comes from a great book that I've been absorbing lately by Roy Masters, Finding God in Physics. You want to snap a screenshot of it, you could do that. Or you can just come back and watch the replay. But as you're in a seated position and you're ready to get started, Roy Masters points out, quote, as you grow older, if time seems to speed up, it's only because you are spiritually slowing down and coming closer to your center. No longer lost in time's limiting flow, you are beginning to know what it is like to exist in a timeless realm, sitting on the bank of the river of life, outside creation, outside space-time, watching all the swimmers struggling against the current. Now here you are at peace with God and nature, being in the world, but no longer of it. End quote. Take a deep breath in on that one. I'll give you a second just to read that yourself so you can see what that means. When you get to that place and you say, oh man, I know what that means to no longer think about space and time. That's why that space is important for you to get to. When you say these years are flying fast, it's because of that connective space. All right, good. So as we're in a seated upright position, we're going to begin by starting with our breath. Everything is about the breath. Yoga is not about pain. For my first timers who are doing yoga for the very first time, it's not about pain. So listen to your body. If your body says, hold it now, hold it now, hold it now, then hold it now. Don't say, I can get a little deeper. I'm going to fight with my hamstring. Listen, the last thing you want to do is be on the losing end of a battle with your hamstring. Now, if you take a deep breath and exhale, the breath will allow you to move deeper into the pose. But there's a point where it's causing pain that your body is saying to you, let's not go there. So I'm not going to get you injured on this. I don't care if you're a star athlete. Yoga is a whole different workout, and you know this. So for those of you who are out there who are working to improve their practice, this is a moment to do that. So from an upright seated position, we want to practice our circular breathing. This circular breathing technique means to simply take the thumb of your right hand, place it on your right nostril, place your two fingers just above your eyebrows, the crown of your head, in the place that we call the third eye. Take an inhale here with the tip of your finger holding on. Hold it, pause. Ring finger closes the nostril on the left side, releasing the nostril on the right side, and exhaling that breath through that right nostril. Pausing at the bottom. Closing that right nostril with the thumb, releasing the left nostril, and inhaling. See the circle? Pause, close, exhale. Okay? Now I want you to take 3 rounds of that on your own. So as you're taking those 3 rounds, do your own pace. Go at your own pace. Each body is going to be different. Get a pause in at the top of the breath. Get a pause in at the bottom of the breath. When you're finished, drop your hands to the top of your thighs, palms open, and just relax. And then we'll start up the practice formally. You're doing great. Keep that energy going. Good. Presuming everyone has finished that breathing, we're going to come to all fours on the mat and go to child's pose. Child's pose is the pose of rest. At any time you feel winded, you can always go to child's pose and use my second form of hood, namaste. That definition is if something's too challenging, you say namaste in child's pose. Namaste, right? Reaching forward with your hands toward the front edges of the mat, spreading your knees to the outer edges of the mat, pointing your toes toward the back of the room and bringing your big toes together, sitting back on your heels. Child's pose. Remembering to keep the tension so that you're reaching forward and yet sitting back, elongating the spine by doing so. Dropping your head to a pillow, dropping your head to a block, dropping your head to the mat or to the floor, whichever is comfortable for you. Breathing deep, inhaling down into your spine, into your back. Exhaling, releasing, sitting deeper. With each inhale and exhale, you are relaxing more. Even as you are allowing yourself to be pulled forward and back. Oh, releasing the vertebra at the bottom of the spine, that's the place they call the lumbar region, just above your buttocks, releasing that. Big inhale, come up to all fours. If you need to grab a block, if you need to grab a mat, a pillow, whatever it may be to elevate your buttocks, we're going to go to hero pose to begin. So hero pose, you're simply sitting upright, your feet are under you, and you can point your toes toward the back of the room. You can sit then on your heels. Sometimes you can't sit all the way down on your heels, so you use a pillow or you use a block to sit on. If you're advancing your hero pose, your knees will come together as your feet move toward the edge of the mat, and you sit between your legs, between your heels, all the way down to the floor or to the pillow or the block that makes you comfortable. Get into a position that you can handle for hero's pose. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, back toward the back of the room, and now drop them toward the floor. Straighten the spine. See that there's a cord attached to a hook at the top of your head that is lifting you upright so that you're not slouching. Last thing you want to do is hero's pose like this. This is not hero's pose. That's a old 8th Avenue South pose on the bench. We don't want that. We want hero's pose, upright. Palms facing down on your thighs. A few deep breaths in here. And now begin the circular breathing. 3 deep rounds of breathing in and out through your nose. After 3 rounds, we're going to modify this so that we take an inhale through that right nostril. Pause. Release the left and exhale. Pause. Inhale again through the left. Pause. Exhale now through the right. Pause at the bottom. Inhale again through the right. Close off the right. Exhale through the left. Continue to breathe like this at your own pace. When you're finished, place your palms up with your hands on your thighs. And continue to breathe with your eyes lightly closed. Some of you may find that you'll start belching. You might start yawning. That's your body coming alive, and that's your breath coming alive. If you get nervous about your breath and whether you're going to have enough of it, just trust your breath knows what to do. It will always return to center. Take a deep breath and now place your hands at heart center. Allow your eyes to close and focus on what your intention is for today. Is it to get stronger? Is it to make it through the practice? Is it to align yourself? Is it to get an answer to something through your body? Whatever it may be, it's your personal intention for today. Go ahead and set that intention and see it in your mind's eye. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, come to all fours. Come to the center of your mat. Inhale, drop your navel toward the floor. That's it. Arch your back and look up. That's cow position. Inhale. Exhale, drop your crown of your head toward the mat. Round your back. Tuck that navel in. Cow position. Inhale into cat. And cow. With an exhale, releasing everything. 3 good times at your own pace. When you're finished, come to neutral, reach toward the front of your mat, sit back again into child's pose. Deep inhale here. Exhale, look between your hands. Come up on all fours. Move your feet to the edges of the mat, tuck your toes, press back, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, downward facing dog. Good. Take some deep breaths in downward facing dog. We want to make sure that downward facing dog is corrected and it's in a great space because we're going to come back to downward facing dog several times. So lift up on your tippy toes so that your hips will go farther into the air. Awesome. Press back. Drop your chest towards your knees. Yes, indeed. Now bend your knees slightly. I'm going to give you this trick. Now arch your butt up toward the ceiling. Good. Now straighten your legs again and lower yourself back down on your heels or as close as you can come back down. Good. Activate those. We want to make sure that we widen the shoulder area So to do that, you will take your biceps and just turn them outward. Good. One more deep breath in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out in a forward fold, dangling. If you need to stand on a block, you can stand on a block. If you need to bend your knees, you can bend your knees. Sway a little bit back and forth gently. Lift up a heel alternately. Stretch your hamstrings. Another name for this is ragdoll. So just kind of hang like a ragdoll. Allow your lower spine to wake up. Allow your hamstrings to wake up. Again, doing what your body allows you to do. Advanced yogis, you can take it all the way. You can take your head all the way to your shins or your knees. Advanced yogis, find that position. It's a great position that helps you tighten the midsection as well. We want to lift that navel in and up toward the spine the entire time. Good. Take an inhale, drop a little deeper on an exhale. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach toward the ceiling, hands together. Exhale, hands at heart center. We're going to breathe like this 3 times. This is standing mountain pose. This is Tadasana. So go ahead and drop your hands. I want you to look at your feet, and I want you to make sure that your feet are true north. Both feet facing 12 o'clock. Each body is different. Some people's feet, your feet are going to be about shoulder distance apart, slightly in a little bit more, a couple of inches closer than shoulder distance. Some people, your feet are going to be together with your toes touching. You find the Tadasana, the standing mountain pose that works for you. But as you do it, lift up your toes. Now drive the 4 corners of your feet into the mat. The inside and outside edges of the ball of your feet, the inside and outside edges of the heel of your feet, drive them into the mat, because you are now becoming a tree that is planting in the ground, giving the core stability from the ground up. Spread your toes out and now drive them into the mat as well. Good. Now lifting your navel up and then in towards your spine. Up and in towards your spine. Good. As you do that, the bottom half of your body, everything turns in. So without lifting your heels because they're dug in, you're turning everything in. What that's doing is it's lifting your kneecaps. It's activating your shins. All of your entire body is now active in the bottom layer. Roll your shoulders back, roll them down. Allow the fingertips to shoot toward the ground. Chin slightly tucked, but still suspended by that thread that I inserted at the beginning on the floor. Now we're standing up, we're active. The breath is now able to go in through your nose, through your throat, expand your chest, go through your arms and into your belly. Great job. Great job. Standing mountain pose. Take this pose, and now bring hands to heart center. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale up, come back to heart center. When we reach heart center, we're going to exhale, and we're going to exhale on Ahom, the sound of universal life. So we're ready? Hands at heart center. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Ahom. Again. Inhale. Exhale to release. Sun salutations now begin. So let's get this energy going and get this energy flowing. I want you to imagine the color red in your mind's eye. The color red is now flowing through you. Red is the direction of the north. So we're going to put the north energy into our body in a physical way. So come toward the front edge of your mat. Inhale up to extended mountain pose. Inhaling red. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk, or jump back to a low plank position. Inhale, take it forward into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or flow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. The color changes to yellow. To the east. Inhale up. Inhaling the yellow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step black into plank. High plank or low plank, or down on your knees, adjustments if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. I'm doing the adjustment for those who want to keep their knees on the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Open your chest, lift your chin, the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back into downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your legs. Step, jump, or flow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing the energy of the east. Inhaling color white. Exhale, forward fold. I inverted white and yellow. White and red, other. We'll fix that later. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, jump, or float back. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can put push-ups between upward facing dog and downward facing dog if you're trying to get an extra workout today too as well. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Good. Maintain that form. Lifting those hips toward the sky. Don't compromise. Lifting those kneecaps to engage the quads. Turn those biceps out. Inhale. Exhale. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Last time. The color black. Entering the lungs for the west. Completing the circle. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Great job. You're doing a great job. Grateful for the mic. I get to practice 2 to 3 times in the day, but to do it with you, and that's even better. Good. Last breath in, big one. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up into chair. Seated position is if you have the chair. Don't sit forward. Don't lean too far back or you will fall. Find that sweet spot. Straighten your arms, but relax your shoulders back. Drop the shoulder blades. The flesh on the shoulder blades should descend toward the floor. Chin slightly tucked. Gaze fixed just ahead of you on the mat. One more good deep breath. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Exhale, blow it out. Step just your right foot forward. Inhale up into warrior one on the right side. Good. Check in at warrior one. As you're checking in with warrior one, we want to make sure that your knee is directly over your ankle. So not back, not forward, not overextended. Directly over your ankle. Your back leg is straight, squared with the outer edge of the mat. Your foot is placed traditionally 45-degree angle. Not facing forward, not facing directly with the back edge of the mat, but that split place in between. Now lift that kneecap to straighten and engage the quad on that left leg. Drop it a little deeper. Some of you advanced yogis may prefer a low lunge. That's great too. You might take a low lunge and open up. That's preferred too. You can modify this as you go along. You know your body. Roll shoulders back up and down, and the hands come up. Reach and look between the hands. Warrior one, right side. Now we're modifying our sun bees because we're adding an entire sequence to the sun bees. Yes. Inhale, drop a little deeper. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Drop your right hand toward the front of the room, your left hand toward the rear of the room. Align your shoulders and align your arms so that they're parallel. So no soaring toward the sky, no dipping in the teapot. Opening the chest toward the side of the room. Fixing your gaze just over the middle finger on your right hand. Awesome, y'all. Fabulous. Feel the tension and the power as if I'm grabbing your wrist on your front right hand and pulling it forward, and I'm then grabbing the wrist on your left hand and pulling it backwards, opening the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going for a second move. We're going for reverse warrior. Turn the palm on your right hand upward. Take an inhale. Drop that left hand toward the outside of that thigh, that right leg, that left leg. Breathe there and drop it deeper. If you're doing vinyasa, you can do all of this in a flow with one long breath each. But we're adding a bit of the Iyengar style of holding the pose to get maximum benefit. Sometimes we can do vinyasa, we can just go one breath. We can go, We can do all of that, and it's great. But then you say, hold the pose for a couple of breaths. And people say, oh, wait a minute. So we want to mix that. So we'll count this as 2 breaths. Big inhale, drop it a little deeper. Exhale, keeping that front leg bent, that knee bent. Exhale it down into side angle pose. So you can grab a block or a book, take it to the inside of your right ankle, straighten the arms, open the chest, try to stack that left shoulder on top of the right one. Now, advanced yogis, you can go for a bind if you want. If you want to drop your hand behind your back, with the back of your hand at the small of your back. You can do that as well. Those of you who are advanced yogis, if you want to do your bind, you can reach between your legs and bind as long as you're opening your chest, looking up toward the ceiling. If you can't look all the way up to the ceiling, that's all right too. Do what you got to do. Where it's a practice. That's why they call yoga a practice. It's not a mastery. Return your hand back to the top if you've been in a bind. Inhale. Exhale, come back up to warrior two. Now straighten that front leg. Reach forward on the plane slightly. Tip it over into triangle pose. Inhale and release. Go deeper into the pose. Same principles. Reaching those fingertips toward the sky. Trying to stack that left shoulder on top of the right one, reaching to the inside of that right leg, to a block, to a book, or to the floor. Good. Inhale. Exhale, turn, release to that right leg. Now swivel to your left. Move your feet toward the edges of the mat. Good. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands on your waist. Exhale, begin the forward fold, keeping the center in the middle of your body. Forward folding from the lumbar spine, the lower region, until you reach the top region. Releasing from the top all the way either to the floor, to a block, because sometimes I put a block up, sometimes I use 2 blocks, sometimes I use a book. Other people, your head can rest on the floor. You can reach to the outside of your legs and grab your ankles. It's a restorative position. Enjoy that rest as you feel the release on the back of your legs. Continuing to breathe the entire time. In and out. As you release, drop yourself a little bit deeper. Allow yourself into that space. Good. Now come back up halfway. Move your blocks toward the right side of your mat if you need to. Simply turn toward the front of your mat now. Step your leg in a little bit. Come halfway up and forward fold. This is a front-facing forward fold. Hands on either side of your feet. Onto blocks, onto books, onto pillows. Straightening that leg. Dropping that head toward the knee as possible. Variation on hand position. Advanced yogis can be hands behind your back, fingers clasped, hands at prayer with your fingertips facing up towards your shoulder blades, or getting an extra stretch by clasping your fingers and bringing the hands back above your shoulders. If you hear that sound, that sounds like Rice Krispies. That was my shoulders opening up. They have their own snap, crackle, pop moment. And I'm okay with that. Actually, they snap and crackle. I stop them before they pop. Good. One more pose in this sequence. Drop those hands now to either side. Drop that left hand to the inside of that right ankle, keeping that leg straight as you can. Lift that right hand off the floor and turn to your right. Twisting triangle. Now we're cleansing the liver and the kidneys. We're making sure that we get regular movements, healthy movements in our bowels. Exhale, release to the floor. Let's do a vinyasa chaturanga here. Take it down to low plank, into an upward facing dog, and then a downward facing dog. Good. Take a deep breath there and downward facing dog. And you say, Rev, that was good. And I say, yeah. Now we got to do it all again on the left side. But at least you know what you're doing now. And that's a beautiful thing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Step your left foot forward. What's the first thing we do? I can hear y'all. Warrior one, left side. Warrior one, left side. Inhale up and drop it down a little deeper. Same principles apply. So knee directly over the ankle. Good. And get this, same principles apply from Tadasana. What does that mean, Rev? Well, drive the four corners of your feet into the mat. On your back foot, drive the blade side, the outside part, into the mat, lifting the arch of your heel, and yet driving the balls of your feet into the mat even more, lifting that kneecap towards your hip to engage the quad. Stability is given in the core, squared up, hips facing forward, reaching up but dropping the shoulders down, creating some elongation in the spine. Awesome. We're going to move this one a little faster since we know what to do. I know y'all are soldiers here. Y'all are soldiers at home too. We soldiers all over the place. All right. So let's move it together, y'all. Inhale up. Send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, drop it into warrior two, left side. Check those principles. Make sure those arms are parallel. Go ahead and cheat and make sure you do that. It's not a cheat when you check your body for alignment. That's what the practice is, alignment. Soaring up or above, you're straight, even, parallel, being pulled forward and pulled backward at the same time, rolling those shoulders back and down. Inhale up. Exhale to release, drop it deeper into reverse warrior. Y'all are doing great. I can completely feel, and I've not had a cup of coffee, so I'm telling you this is coming from y'all globally, wherever you are. Y'all are hanging in here, and y'all are doing this thing. And thank y'all in the room for doing it, because I know you're doing it. Take a deep inhale, send those fingers toward the back of the room. Exhale, side angle pose. Place that left hand either to the floor, to a block, to a book, whichever it may be. Just so y'all know, I got one of my religion books, and I can use it same way. Look at that. There's my book on the floor. Remember, you can drop down into the bind if you want at that time. Whatever you want to do. If you're an advanced yogi, take your side angle the way you take it. You can send your arm toward the front of the room. Big inhale to come up. Straighten that knee, that leg. Reach forward. Exhale, drop it into triangle. Nice. Get the full benefit of the pose. Inhale and exhale. Turn toward the front. Now move to the right. Spread those legs toward the outer edges of the mat. Come halfway up. Feet parallel to the edges of the mat, running alongside. Exhale, begin to drop at the lower spine, the lumbar spine, until you can no longer bend. Then allow the upper spine, the thoracic spine, to bend over and to release. To release that head to a book, to a block, to a mat. You might find that spreading your legs even more gives you a little more space. You can also grab your ankles or your legs, whatever's comfortable for you in this position. Spend these moments relaxing and releasing that tension in the back of your thighs. If you need to slightly bend your legs, do that. Whatever your body is telling you, listen to your body, and yet challenge yourself to stretch a little, to grow a little. Good. Restorative position. Inhale, exhale to release it a little deeper. Good. Now come back halfway up. Turn toward the front of the room. Step your back foot in a little bit more. Inhale up, hips straight. Forward fold into a namaste, front facing forward fold. Block or book on either side if you need. Straightening that front knee. Releasing that chest toward the thigh. Some of you advanced yogis can take your head down to your shin or to your ankle, where your flexibility lets you go. That's awesome too. Good. Now plant that right hand either to the floor, to a block or a brick on the inside of that left ankle. Take a deep breath. Exhale, open that left side. Twisting triangle. You might place the hand or the block slightly ahead of your foot. Let's cleanse that liver and kidney, lower intestines. Lift that navel in and up toward the spine. Attempt to stack that left shoulder on top of the right one, making adjustments all along. Find the place of stillness and breathe deeply. Deep inhale. Exhale, release to the floor. Oh. Go ahead and release yourself all the way to the floor. Place your hands by your sides. Good. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Lay your chin on the floor or mat or a pillow. Relax that just for a second. Now don't get too relaxed because I want you to press up into upward facing dog. Modifications are lifting those thighs, dropping those hips, resting the knees all the way, or going down to a sphinx position where your elbows are on the floor. And you're looking up but rolling those shoulders back in that chest opening. All modifications. Good. Now come back to all fours. Now let's stack our shoulders on top of our hips. Come to our knees. We're going to go for camel pose. The full realization of camel pose may simply be with your elbows together, dropping your head toward the floor, chest going forward, or hands going to the ankles. We're going to give you a way to get into this in an easier way. So we're going to lean back to the right side, put your fingertips on your ankles. You can point your toes toward the back of the room, or you can tuck your toes, whichever is comfortable for you. We're going to take a deep breath and sweep our left arm in a circle and exhale. Change sides. Take your left fingertips to your left heel. Circle inhale with the right arm. Exhale and release. Reach back with the right fingertips to the right heel. Inhale with the left arm. Exhale to release and come up. Opposite side. One more time on the right side. One more time on the left side. Now find your camel. For those who can reach through the ankles and fingertips, you can bring those down, bring your hips forward, drop your shoulders back, release the head. And also place your hands on your waist, bring your elbows together, drop it the same way. Camel pose, pressing slightly against your thoracic spine, top of your butt, to bring the hips forward. Find that space, find the stillness, release the crown of your head toward the ceiling in the back of the room. Camel pose. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Come to upright. Now come to seated. We're mostly through this beautiful thing. You can grab your block. You can grab your brick if you want to make it. If you want to make it a restorative pose. So we're going to bring our buttocks, our feet toward our buttocks. And I'm going to make sure that you can still hear me, because one note is don't wear your mic pack at your lower back if you have to roll into your lower back. So thank you for that. Wonderful lesson, universe. We just learned it. So we're going up into bridge. For those of you who know bridge, you can come up into bridge. Bring those heels towards your buttocks. Your hands can be placed to the side of your body. They can be wrapped around your ankles if you have that width. They can be below you with your fingers clasped, with your front fingers, pointing forward as well. Advanced yogis, you know what I'm talking about. Lift those hips up toward the ceiling. Drop the shoulders to the mat, keeping the shoulder blades intact. Lifting that navel toward your spine. And holding bridge there. Pretend as if I put a cord and a hook in your navel, and I'm lifting those hips up toward the ceiling, engaging the quads, engaging the glutes, engaging the abs. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, drop it toward the floor. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale toward the floor. Inhale, bring it back up. Push through those glutes. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift it back up. And hold. Do not move the neck from side to side. Keep that chin even, not fully tucked into your chest, but your neck elongated. Find that space and hold it. Good. Now let's exhale and release it to the floor. Take a good deep breath. Extend those legs toward the end of the mat, y'all. Roll those shoulders back and down. You're going to feel like you did in Tadasana, the standing mountain pose. It's the same active energy. So we're not just flopped out. We're laid out with active energy. And to activate this even more, we're going to close this out by making sure that we are all holistic. So we're going to make sure that we take care of having a strong gut, a strong center, a strong sacral chakra, the energy where our willpower comes from. And how do we do that? With the abs. Place your feet together, toes facing the ceiling. Raise your legs at a 90-degree angle. Good. Now let's have a little bit of fun. Drop that left foot 30 degrees. Take that left hand, place the palm behind your neck in a gentle position. We're going to take our left elbow to the inside of our right knee. We're not going to do 50. We're not going to do 15. We're going to do 10. Let's do them together. 10, 9, 8, 7. Count it with me. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Place them together. Drop that right leg 30 degrees. Keep that left leg at a 90-degree angle. Place that right palm behind the head, and we're just going to do 10 here. Opposite side. Right elbow, the inside of that left knee. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those feet together, those legs together. If you need to bend them, you can bend them too. Drop them 30 degrees. Hold them. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Drop them another 30 degrees. Hold. Drop them 2 inches from the floor. And release. Take a deep breath in. Bring your knees towards your chest. Reach between your legs. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. Happy baby, rock yourself side to side. Massage that lower back. Let it feel good. I've heard all of the names. They're all coming in from all over the road. People said, Inshallah. People said, thank you, Jesus. People said, Ekuche, Egungun. I heard it all. Your lower back was calling on everything. I heard somebody say, somebody said, Ekuche, Oshun. I said, okay, come on. That's that lower region. We got it. Good. Now release that. We're almost done with this, baby. Extend your legs. Bring your right foot toward your right buttock. Bend in that knee. Take your left palm. Place it on the outside of your right leg. Now drop that right leg across your body to the left side. Extend your right palm to the other side of the room. Turn and look at your right palm. Supine twist is what we call it. Releasing all the tension in the lower body, cleaning the intestinal system, and restoring. Inhale and exhale to release. Switch legs. Bring that left heel towards your left buttock. Reach across your body. And now, drop that left leg across the body. Reach with the palm facing up and look out over your palm. If you got good music going, celebrate it. We have a window that's missing a screen. Somebody in the neighborhood of Infinity puts their Sunday live stream church service on their deck and blasts it out into the woods. So we get the double duty of getting to hear some rousing gospel music and cymbals going, usually right toward the end of the service here. We thank the universe for that gift. Yes. A few more deep breaths here with each exhale. Extend a little deeper. Take an inhale and an exhale. Bring it up. Bring your feet together. Extend it. Now bring both feet towards your buttocks. I hope y'all can hear me. I can't see the mic levels, but I think I'm trying to stay pretty consistent. Now put the bottom of your feet together. Drop your knees toward the outer edges of the mat, toward the floor. If you need a block, you can place them there to rest. If you got 2 pillows, you can place them on either side and rest. Place one hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest. That's reclined butterfly, also in Sanskrit, Supta Baddha Konasana. It's Kanitha's favorite word. Supta Baddha Konasana. Now imagine if we were a person that there was a pressure down on the inside of your thighs that were pressing your knees closer toward the mat, opening up your hips. This is a hip opener, releasing stress that we hold in our hip area. That's one of the places in our body where it stays the most. So Supta Baddha Konasana will really open that stress area. Allow yourself to go ahead and start to relax like never before, feeling your heartbeat, feeling your breath, giving thanks in this moment. And then extending your legs, bringing your feet together, and then dropping them toward the outside of the mat, bringing your arms to your sides, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in, exhale and release. Close your eyes. You've reached the final pose, Shavasana. Shavasana, corpse pose, the prone position, the position of being reborn, that you come into resurrection from. In a comedic sense, that is the concept of being from a dead level to a living perpendicular. So enjoy this space now as I put on a little bit of music, and I will smudge the space for you with the scents of Palo Santo, lavender, and sage. And speak an affirmation into your world and your life. Congratulate yourself in this moment for making it through a powerful ritual today. Releasing all worries, giving yourself some grace and affirmation. Releasing the things that no longer serve you. Speaking newness into your vessel. Speaking life into your existence. Speaking healing into your existence. Absorb this month's body affirmation. I have come forth today in the body proper, an eternal soul of no beginning and no end. I lay claim to the birthright of regeneration and divine power as the essence of what I call me is ever reborn in moments of remembrance. So I remember in this moment who I truly am. I am healthy. I am whole. I cede control of my pathway to my inner eye, my intuition, the space of higher consciousness where I connect with my God force, the wisdom, the strength, and the beauty that keeps me balanced and moving forward in love. I proclaim in this moment of recognition that all my needs are met. My heart and my mind is clear. I release any need, desire, or conditioning to tear myself apart, either from the inside out or from the outside in, from the judgments and definitions of others. I am safe. I am whole. I can see clearly in this moment the truth. My essence is love, and that power shall cover and guide me to play and roam in the fields of my dreams. I know these things to be true, and so it is. Take the next few moments to absorb what Spirit has for you and what your revelations are. It's your time. And in this moment of bliss, allow yourself to gently begin to come back into your body, into your space. And note the gratitude that you feel when you can feel your skin against the mat or the floor, or you could roll your head from side to side, whatever it may be. Wiggle your toes and your fingers and awaken your body. And then roll to one side. Take a few deep breaths in the fetal position. Feeling that nurturing that you felt in the womb and the Divine Mother. And then press yourself up to seating. As you press yourself up back to a seated position, we're going to place our hands at heart center, giving thanks and gratitude for this moment. We're going to give ourselves 3 solid straight ohms. Inhale, exhale, Om. And inasmuch we have seen each other through this practice and through this space today, know that the divine in me recognizes the divine in you. Namaste. Namaste. All right. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all did? Great job. Thank y'all for practicing with me at home, y'all. Thank y'all for practicing. I hope you feel as awesome as I did. Thanks for the opportunity. I want to thank the universe, the ancestors, for the opportunity to have a headset mic available now and it not break the bank for us to participate together and to have some fun doing the practice. We want to remind you all as we wrap up Yoga Sunday today of some of the things that are happening at Infinity. Don't forget our meditation. If you want that meditative space for 9 minutes, I'm there every Wednesday, y'all. every single Wednesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. The number is on your screen. You can screenshot it. You can send that energy to everybody else that you feel needs a meditation, or if you need somebody to just take a break with. Go ahead and put that number into your phone, and we will make sure that you are where you need to be. Follow us online, youtube.com, Infinity Fellowship, facebook.com/Infinity Fellowship. We're so happy we got over 1,000 subscribers now on YouTube. We got over 1,000 likes, organic likes on Facebook. So it's great, y'all. The word of mouth is going about, and we're enjoying it. On Instagram, we're at the Infinity Fellowship. And, of course, you can follow me online at the Rev Jock. So that's what we do. That's what Infinity is all about. So we invite you all at home to give thanks in your own special way today. And as all hearts and minds are clear and we move from this world into a space that awaits our light, we speak that this week is energized for you, that this alignment space has given you power. You have gotten through it. You showed up today. That's what spiritual practice is, y'all. It's doing it. It's putting it in action. So congratulate y'all. I love it. So we're sending the love to you all as our closing song plays in the background. We remind you that next week is First Sunday, which is Spirit Sunday. We got the Voices of Infinity coming in with us. Powerful spiritual message. And the rest of this week, I'm pronouncing that it is going to be full of power, full of awesomeness, full of strength, full of confidence, full of flow, full of abundance, full of healed relationships, full of all of that awesome stuff that we reinforce every single Sunday here at Infinity. Thanks for joining us today, y'all. This has been Rev Jeff, and I'm speaking a blessing over you today. So may the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, and the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us all say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. So y'all, till I talk to you again, this has been Rev Jeff, reminding you that when you get information and you take it in, it does become knowledge. But knowledge, when you put it into action, we see you, Leanne. Thanks for the shout out. It does become wisdom. So y'all be wise. We'll talk to you next week. We love you. Visit us online at myif.org, myif.org. We're just going to keep loving you, and there's nothing you can do about it either. Peace and blessings. See you later.